What's up everyone? In this video we're going to talk about functions in Python. So in this video we are going to learn about what is functions, why we use function in Python programming, and also how we can create a function and the basic principles and rules that enables to create a function, and then we are going to see how we can invoke or call a function, and then also, we are going to talk about how we can pass a parameter inside a function definition. Not only this, we are going to briefly explain what is the difference between parameters and arguments. And finally, we are going to create a function that enables to add to number and show the result on the screen. So let's get into it. Before you start this video, let me ask one question. Are you new to this channel? If so, in this channel, we are going to upload a daily programming related video just like website development, artificial intelligence, machine learning, database, and much more. If this sounded interesting, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified while I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. Having said that, let me jump right into today's tutorial. Enjoy! First, we are going to briefly explain what function in Python is. In Python, a function is a group of related statements that perform a specific task. Functions help us to break our program into smaller and modular chunks. As our program grows larger and larger, functions make it more organized and manageable. It makes our code more organized and manageable, right? Furthermore, it avoids repetition and makes the code reusable. As you already know, Python gives you many built-in functions like print. As you know, print is a Python built-in function. However, you can also create your own functions, your custom functions, right? So these functions are called user-defined functions, right? Having this, now let's move right into how we can define a function. You can define a function to provide the required functionality. Here are simple rules to define a function in Python. Here we have a function block. The function block begins with the keyword def followed by the function name and then parentheses right here. Giving the function name is just like that of giving the variable name, right? In this case, any input parameters or arguments should be placed within these parentheses, right? You can also define parameter inside these parentheses, or you can leave as it is. You can leave this empty. Over here, we are going to add one or more valid Python statements that make up the function body. Statements must have the same indentation level. Usually in Python, it will have 4 spaces, right? The code block within every function starts with a colon and should be indented, right? Here we have the syntax for function definition. So to understand it better, let me show this with an example. First, let me open up my IDE. In this case, I am going to use PyCharm. So now, as I said before, we can create a Python function using def keyword right here. So def and then followed by function name. Let me say function name add num underscore num, and here we have a parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis, we are going to pass 2 parameters right here. Let me say x and y, x comma y, and then here we have a function body. So here is now what is called a function body. This is the code that will execute when the function is activated or invoked. So I'm going to say x plus y. Now we have created a function from here. From here, x and y are known as parameters. So when this function activates, it will print the value of x plus the value of y. Once you have created your function, the function does nothing until the function is activated. The process of activating the function is called calling the function or invoking the function. The question is how we can invoke the function. Well, here is how. When you call a function, you call it by its name and you add the parentheses. Now, if you have defined some parameter during the function definition, you need to pass some arguments when you call a function. Those arguments are the values that you give for the parameters that you have set in the function definition right here. So to activate or to call this function that we have created, we need to call it by its name, and the name is add underscore num, and then we add the parentheses right here. Now over here we had two parameters defined inside the function definition. We have got x and y. So now we need to supply the values for x and the values for y. Those values are known as arguments. So let me say, if I say 6, 9, that's basically called the function passing those two values for the parameters. And these are the values for those parameters. Now let me run the function. As you can see, we have got the result 50. Okay, so why? Because over here we have said that print x plus y. So when I call the function passing into values 6 for x and 9 for y, in return the value of 50. From here, it is good to know the difference between parameter and argument. Sometimes this can confuse words for beginners. So here is the difference. A parameter is actually like a variable that you define inside the function's parentheses, while an argument is the actual value that you pass or give to the function when you call the function, right? So in our function, x and y are parameters, while the number 6 and 9 are the actual arguments for those parameters, right? Having this is all about today's video. If you have any question concerned here, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.